Today, I'm going to be going over the methods of nonverbal communication. If you ever talk to someone and notice what they're saying doesn't seem like it's how they feel, this is because of nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is a way people show off their emotions without talking, and oftentimes they won't realize it. Information is transferred and expressed via three forms of nonverbal communication. The three main ways people use nonverbal communication are facial expressions, appearances, and haptics. Facial expressions is important because you can use it to contradict, what someone says versus what you see. Changing someone's facial expressions can show how they feel. Someone says they're happy, but they say they're sad. You can generally see it because, if their face is red, anything like that. If they're angry, sometimes they'll squint their eyebrows. The use of eye contact can also be used to determine the attention of someone's giving. So if someone's making eye contact with you, they're probably focused. But if they're, looking around, not looking at you directly, they're probably, they don't really care. Just looking around, thinking about other things. It can also be used to show aggression. So, if someone's looking at you or giving you an evil glare, it can be a form of aggression. Changing someone's tone of voice. So if someone's angry and they'll raise their voice when they're yelling, or if someone's sad, sometimes they have a hard time keeping their tone consistent. Things like repetition when people are talking can also be used. So if a little kid says, "I want ice cream," 3 times or something like that, you keep saying it, "I want ice cream, I want ice cream, I want ice cream." That can be used to reinforce the fact that he probably does want the ice cream. And you can also things can be used to contradict feeling. So, like I said, if someone is angry and they're yelling, even though they try to say they're chill, you can use that, to see that they're really not chill. Things appearances, things like gestures. So, if someone's waving at you as a gesture, and it can be used to show emotion, and it can be used from distances. So waving, they're being happy, they're trying to be, friendly. Things like posture can be used to indicate mood. So if you're at school, someone's got their head on the desk, they're either bored or tired. Someone's jittery and excited. You can, they're happy, anticipated. They want something. And the amount of space that people give between people can also show how comfortable they are. So if someone, my friends if you have your friends, they're going to be close to you. Strangers will oftentimes try to keep their distance from you. Just people they don't know because they're not comfortable with you. Things like haptics or touch, they can be used for many different things. Things like respect. So oftentimes in business, people will give handshakes as a sign of respect. Touch can also be used to show how close or attached people are. So if you're, close with your friends or something, you give them high fives, handshakes, anything like that. With strangers, you're not usually gonna be touching people. Certain things like kissing or hugging can show intimacy with your partner. So if you love somebody, you'll kiss them. It's something you won't do with anybody else. And like I said earlier, information is transferred and expressed via 3 forms of nonverbal communication. The first thing I covered was facial expressions. So, how people, things like their eyebrows, if their face is red, stuff like that on their face, eye contact, how they talk or in what tone they talk. The second thing I went over was appearances. So things like gestures, their posture, or spacing can show how someone, feels. And haptics, how touch, that's mainly used to show how close you are to somebody. You can use it to show that, it's strictly business or respect. Just with your friends, you guys are cool, or you can show that you love someone with certain things like kissing. Nonverbal communication is important to communication when things can't be expressed verbally, or you need to find out if they're telling the truth, or if someone's silent, you can usually tell what they're thinking just by how they look. And so verbal and nonverbal communication can oftentimes go hand in hand. So you can just see someone's talking, they'll say one thing, look something else, and you'll usually be able to tell if you know how to read the signs. And then there's my works cited, so you guys can just pause the video and look at that.